What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Black Barbershop. It's your boy Gotti. Got my nigga Ace Boogie up here. And welcome because it's a Taco Tuesday. What's the deal, my nigga Ace?
Man, I'm happy to be back.
Right.
I missed last week. It was a very good show last week. I missed it. I missed that. We really gonna have to run that back.
We gonna give them back that energy too.
Yeah,
huh?
I need to be a part of that for sure. You already know.
Yeah, that was an explosive conversation we was having. We was actually talking a lot about the differences between being black and being African American and what people prefer to be called and all that good shit. But yeah, as you know, we gonna start the show off right. We got my boy
record with a mask
We got
on.
my boy JJ up in here. What's up, JJ? How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
You know, JJ returning. JJ
Talking
always
to the
around.
mic, yeah.
JJ got the knowledge.
Like you
JJ
been here
out
before.
here, yeah, giving us. He's our human dictionary, huh? He actually giving us, breaking us down what we need to do.
Nah, real talk.
Yeah, man. So we know we just supporting it. You feel me?
You got anything you want to plug the people on? Instagram, you know what I'm saying? What you do, whatever, tell them who you are. Let them know who you are. The people want to know who you are.
Well, yeah, I'm JJ. You can follow me, Mills Jermaine, on Instagram. I got a few things in the work. You'll see it if you follow me on Instagram coming out. We're going to help people understand business. We're going to help them elevate what they got going on. We're going to help them get their credit right and understand this business game. Create some entrepreneurs, you know what I'm saying?
I feel like that's important, especially at the time that we in right now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody talking about how we going to move forward and how we going to get past this. And I don't hear a lot of people talk about how we need to get more savvy when it comes down to business and like credit and all of that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think we've been knowing it for a while.
I didn't.
But people, you don't?
I didn't. I grew up not knowing a lot of things, and I think I didn't start to get really woke on the business aspect or entrepreneurship until I was probably around 24. That's probably when I was like really enlightened on financials and actually knowing where to move, where to go. But as in making it a, now thing, I didn't start making those moves until I turned 29. I ain't gonna lie. Like I was informed on it, but I didn't start making the moves till I was hitting my 30s. 21, clueless. All I knew about was entrepreneurship. When it comes down to business, money, LLCs, copyright, all that things, I've heard the words floating, but I was clueless. I didn't know nothing.
Nah, that's crazy. I'm still a little bit. I know a little bit about it.
Yeah,
a large part thanks to this dude. You know what I'm saying? The talks we had, but I mean, it's still a lot to be learned. You know what I'm saying? Before we can move forward and try to. Because I hear a lot of people saying we need to overthrow the government, but I don't think we would know what the fuck to do if we did do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because, we was having an interesting conversation the other day, me, you, and JJ, about having billions of dollars and just actually giving it to people. Like, what would that do? That would actually fuck the world up in some way because people wouldn't want to work. People wouldn't want to put the organization in to have a business or corporation because everybody's actually a billionaire now.
What's funny, too? It's funny what's going on right now because they actually showing us that they could afford to give us our reparations.
Right.
And we still haven't got them.
Right. I thought about that because I was thinking
they showing us that they can afford it. They giving out all type of free money right now.
I was thinking about if they and this is no disrespect to any other race, but I was just thinking if they stripped the money from other races and they gave it just to the black community, because everybody actually got a stimulus check that was actually qualified for it, right? Imagine taking those that are not black or African American descent finances away and actually tripling up on us. That'd be, I'm just saying, think about it. That'd have been something else, huh?
Right.
If everybody was black and they actually received that 20,000, just to say it was, just a random number I'm throwing out there, that 20,000 could have did us pretty well. That's just my opinion.
That's life changing money.
Right.
Yeah. Problem is everybody ain't gonna think about change their life in the right way.
Right.
Most people gonna let me go get these clothes, let me go get these jeans, let me go get,
and that's what most people did, honestly. Yeah.
Are you gonna get assets or are you gonna get liability? And that's the thing, a lot of stuff we gotta unlearn. My whole goal is to help the little ones learn it the right way the first time, so they don't gotta unlearn all this, because you gotta go through this process of unlearning all of this stuff, how I look at money.
Right.
How I think about money,
right.
How I think about credit,
right?
Because people quick to tell you like, hey, you need to pay off your debt. But hold up. Do you even understand the difference between bad debt and good debt? Do you understand that, yeah, you got credit cards, but you don't got no personal loans? So your whole credit to debt ratio, they looking at all this and they like, yeah, that's cool. But then they start saying, oh, you don't have no installment accounts. Now they holding that against you. But you didn't even know that was important. You just think, oh, I pay my little Macy's card or my little whatever.
I didn't know this stuff that you saying.
You got to diversify. You got to diversify your credit. That's the best way I can put it.
Hey, JJ finna get us lit on a topic that we finna go in on all day, all night. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna organize this show just a little bit. As you know, we always go in with the hitter. As you know, we always start off with our own promo. So I Am West, shout out to I Am West, and we got A1 Fades. Make sure y'all go check us out. Make sure y'all do book an appointment with my boy Ace if you want that fresh cut, fresh taper, house calls, facial recognition. My boy gonna make sure he cleanse you right, when it come down to getting your beard washed, all that. So
man, it's coming.
Yeah, just make sure y'all also checking in on our page to see what we got going. But before we go into that, we do want to go into our segment. I apologize for last show. I didn't get into F my cut up, but next week I will actually continue my process on that with Ace. Ace wasn't here either, so that's cool that I'm gonna be able to give him my hits next week. But this week I'm gonna have his hits. Don't F my cut up is in here. As you know, we got a new segment we've been adding in. It's called This or That, and so our first segment is Who Needs a Lineup. As we know, if you need a lineup, that means that you fucking up. If you don't need a lineup, you can go another week. So who needs a lineup? So our first conversation that we want to get into that everybody is well aware of is you know what, Ace? I'm gonna let you cover this one.
Okay.
For who needs a lineup, because I want you to kind of give a backdrop on that.
Okay. So basically, with this segment of who needs a lineup, the first topic, the first current event is basically with the cities. Different cities in this country is shutting down for the second time. You know what I'm saying? In California, basically on the verge of shutting down again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think with this segment we can probably, we're focusing in on a certain person, but who do you think needs a lineup in this instance for basically the country getting ready to go through another shutdown?
Who needs a lineup for that?
Yeah, who needs a lineup? Who's actually responsible?
Well, to keep it totally 100, it's the people's fault. The reason for that is a lot of people are actually they're ready. That's
crazy. I didn't think
they're ready to go
that
outside.
That answer didn't pop up in my head.
Yeah, people niggas is ready to go outside, and I'm niggas, and I'm just saying, like, a part of me wants to be outside, and I can't lie. Everything was going smoothly until a lot of things started to occur. I don't know if you've seen it, but the social justice portion of it. First thing that happened is in Manhattan Beach. We seen so many white people on the beach, and we felt like we weren't empowered to do the same. But we empowered ourselves to do that. We actually, we left the house. That's really what happened. It's like we were seeing so much different things happening, and we're like, why aren't we able to do it? So we kind of felt left out, if that's how I would put it.
Right.
So I felt like people started to just make these small, different approaches to start to get out more, because first it was the drive-bys of parties and graduations, because May came and people started to say we need to celebrate our people, and that's what happened. And then the beaches, people wanted to get out to the beach. That's obviously somewhere that people want to go.
I went to the beach and they didn't have on no mask, bro. They was not practicing social distancing or none of that.
Right.
None of that. The police was on the beach and everything. Nobody wasn't fucking with nobody, and that was Memorial Day, bro.
Right.
And I know for a fact, if that was a bunch of black people, it wouldn't have went down like that. They would have broke that shit up for sure.
And that's my thing. I just personally feel like the portion of not feeling like we have the same rights as white people and being able to do the same thing as white people made us say fuck it and come out. Because we were actually, black people was pretty safe. I ain't gonna lie. I was hitting the 10 freeway and I could see a nigga pushing his cart through the next lane and the next lane and the next lane and not get hit. But over time, when I started seeing all these videos surfacing on whites actually being out and not being, approached by police by any kind, we came out. And then, as we know, police brutality became a high rising video surfacing.
I'm actually starting to see cops with white people ass too.
Yeah,
you been seeing that?
I've been seeing that, and it's a great view. So it's
that's what I'm saying. I've been seeing that though.
I don't wish that on anybody. I'm just saying it's a great view to see similarities. Right, similarities happening out there.
Right,
but I would say the people deserve a lineup. That's my answer to that. What about you, JJ? How you feel about that?
Well,
who do you blame for this shit going down right now?
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Everybody need a lineup.
Right.
The president need a lineup.
Right.
The governors need a lineup.
Right.
The mayors need a lineup. The cops need a lineup. And when it comes all the way down, the people that's out there need a lineup. Because, yeah, we're hearing the officials, and you got one people saying X, Y, Z, but then you have the president, you have the governors, you have all these different people like, okay, do whatever you want to do. Our governor probably did some stuff right, but you got Texas and Florida. They were wilding. They were like, do whatever you want to do. Open up bars and all that. I think all that was premature. So they need a lineup for that. That shouldn't have happened so quick.
Do you think our governor did something right?
I think he did a lot of stuff right in the beginning. I really think he opened back up premature.
I was gonna say, because it's like we're number one now.
All right. We almost there, but hear what it is now. A lot of people ain't having that clear conversation because you have like Orange County. Orange County, you had their medical person like, hey, everybody need to wear a mask. They start threatening her. She had to resign. After she resigned, they took that requirement off. Yeah. So these people were wilding.
That's what we need to start doing to everybody.
So people
threatening
like,
them.
All right, they get threatened. So they took the mask requirement off, and you see all them on the beach. Like you say, you see them, all them on the beach, all this in all these wider neighborhoods and everything, and they just doing whatever. So now everybody else is like, hold up. So if they can do it, they're the rich folks. It seems as if we all cool. But the truth be told, right now, the young people is the one carrying this thing all over the place because they told us we were good.
How do
so
we know that?
Line up for that.
Are these? And this is what
that's a scientific fact.
No, and this is no.
I don't believe
all the stuff. That be a scientific fact?
I don't believe. All right, you can watch the numbers. All right, watch this. The new cases. They said the middle age now is like 33 to 35.
Right.
And that came all the way down from up in the 60s and 70s. So right now it's telling you it's the younger generation. When you start and explore it, it's telling you it's the younger generation. Because while I might survive, because my body is healthier, you might survive. All of us, we might carry. We good because your body is strong enough to fight it off. But then I carry it and I go deliver it to grandmother and aunts and uncles and it's only 10 of us. And then we like, hold up, how did they get it? But we were doing whatever. So some of us need a lineup too. Because we were doing whatever and not thinking about the people we come in contact with.
I know that number probably went crazy because I know a lot of people came out humping. A lot of 30 to 40 came out humping. They went to baby house after,
everything.
After
they were doing everything.
Yeah, so.
We're not designed to be in the house without human contact, without talking to people, we're not designed like that. And the reason why I can't get a lineup is because the lineup got to go to everybody else.
Everybody
the
needs a lineup.
lineup got to go to every. Nah, I'm saying from jump.
All right.
From the moment this shit came along, every bit and piece of information that they have given the people has been the most contradicting shit I've ever seen in my life.
Well, you got to think about how they played it. They knew that this disease was very
progressive.
They knew it was progressive since November of last year. But what happened is it wasn't hitting the white community; it was hitting the people of color. So when it actually crossed over to
really,
January,
has it ever hit the white community?
Speaking in reference to January, numbers and rates went higher within the departments of, like, I guess you would say, the white community. They started to come in and get tested for something they couldn't understand.
Right.
During that portion and that, I guess you can say that rapid continuation of whatever was happening, they noticed that the numbers of hospitals that were actually receiving people who were testing positive for COVID, actually they had the money as well, were white communities. So when those numbers came in at a big amount, they started to realize, let's see if it's hitting other places. When they started looking at the numbers and they started to, basically look at the similarities, they couldn't control it anymore. So they had to make it a public announcement by March, like, it's out there and it's going to hit you. because it hit us.
But this, in a sense, is almost like voting to me.
Right.
Well,
it's like how do you know? It's like we make a hoopla,
right,
about going down to the polls and voting, right? But how do you know your vote is even counting? How do you know that they're counting your vote? We talking about look. We talking about the same people who've lied to us about every fucking thing.
Your vote counts, Ace.
The only reason I'm gonna show you like this, the reason I know
that your vote count.
I have a lot of issues with the vote and all this and that, but the reason I know that it's problematic for them, the reason I'm sure of that is because they keep on messing with it. When you have 5,000 polling places and you cut it down to 200 in the black neighborhood, that's telling me that you're trying to kill their vote. So that means that somewhere in there, while it might not cut on a grand scale, it makes effects in your neighborhood, in your community. Because if it didn't, they wouldn't be locking down the polls like they are. Hey, the other day a judge had to open up a poll. I forgot what state. I think it was Kentucky or something. They were in the state, and the judge.
It was Kentucky, and they tried to close them out, but people protested, and they
literally locked them out.
Yeah, they literally locked them out, and they had to come out and actually.
Black people.
Yeah, black people.
And the judge had to get them an extension. I think he gave them like an hour or something. They were asking for 3. He gave them like an hour and a half or whatever.
They tried to close them out.
When you start looking at it, they closed down like 1,200 polling places. So they made it so impossible for you to even cast that vote to get that official out. So when you start,
what do you think they're trying to accomplish by that? Like, why do you think
if your vote didn't count,
to suppress the black vote, particularly in this election?
I think ain't none of this new. Ain't none of this new. The problem we having now, like I think Will Smith said it best. Will Smith said, the stuff is just getting recorded now. Ain't none of this police brutality new, just getting recorded now. Ain't none of this suppression of vote new, it's just getting recorded now. The first time people start voting and black people start voting, and they voted Republican way back before stuff switched up, but you go far back. They were killing people just to vote. You had one woman vote, and they killed 300 and something people. So something is in the water where we really got to examine this voting thing. Because if we couldn't cause change by removing some of these officials, and then all of them need to have term limits that you can't get poisoned. Because these unlimited terms poison a lot of good people that go in there trying to do the right stuff.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like I hate to get off. I hate to get off topic, but with the whole voting thing, it's like, okay, we're gonna try to suppress the black vote, right? But it's like, so you saying this is not something that started today? This has been going on. So you think that we really have the power to really go down to the polls, vote, and get certain officials out of? See, but my whole thing is this: it's a 2-party race. You get what I'm saying?
Well, that's
it's a 2-party. What do you think about this whole 2-party thing that they have us continuously participating in?
That's the biggest lie. You have independent. The problem is the news. Everybody tell us that, hey, independent can never win. That's what they tell you. The majority of voters today are registered independent.
Because if independent win, then corporate loses.
All right, and that's the problem, because like they say, you follow big money, and then you see what's really going on. These lobbyists, all that stuff. But it's wild. But my whole thing when it comes to voting, I'm settled on the hill that if it wasn't so powerful, they wouldn't be doing all of this to block people from voting. If it wasn't so powerful. That means that it got some power to it. Now, don't get me wrong. We really got to start vetting the people we say we voting for. We can't just be following. Oh, they say that's the Democrat guy we need to vote for. They say that's the Republican guy we need to vote for. They said no. Let's go look what he been doing. Let's go kind of look at his track record. Let's go look at the receipts, like they would say, before we say, okay, you gonna get my vote. Are we just giving our vote away? Or are they really earning it? Because that's the problem. A lot of these cats ain't earning our vote.
I don't really think this voting system has anything to do with us. honestly.
It was never built for us.
At one point in time, they didn't even consider us human beings. So,
yeah. I don't think it was built for us in mind.
Right.
And that is why they're trying to continually make us irrelevant. And that's the thing. They have convinced
my headphones went out.
They've convinced us on so many different levels that it's irrelevant that we start drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right.
That's just keeping the
like how I'm drinking right now.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, let's
Kool-Aid don't taste bad.
Let's move on. Okay. The BET Awards. Did y'all like that new format?
I thought it was hella dope, and I appreciate
it was dope, wasn't it?
I appreciate the virtual movement that we're going towards right now. The reason why The reason why is because the whole idea of it was created to the point where it gave me a part of me. It gave me a part of me when I was growing up. You know, when you watch a music video, you feel like you capture certain shit mentally. And I don't know, that's what I liked about it. Mm-hmm. Watching those music videos took me back to when I was growing up. Like, damn, this shit is dope. Like, I'm watching a music video, and I'm also able to see what the world is seeing so we can have a conversation about it.
Right.
I know they got channels that shows videos and shit every now and then, but it's not mainstream TV.
It ain't nothing like back in the day.
Yeah, it's not mainstream TV. Then I started to do a little research last night. This is the coldest part. I just found out that the reason why they took videos off of the platform of BET and MTV and VH1 is because hip-hop became so powerful that our platform can change the world. So they made it dibble-dabble for YouTube to be the pioneer of it right now, because everybody's able to search what they want to see. They don't want to put content out anymore for us to be the face of everything. And I thought that was very interesting, because the global aspect of it is like, if you continue to go to BET, VH1, and MTV, and you see this music, you're going to want to be like the artists on TV, like we were back in the days when we would see the Michael Jacksons, the Janet Jacksons,
Thriller, all these.
Yeah,
I think that's interesting that you talked global,
because we don't even lead fashion anymore. Do you remember at one time, Shake Your Tail Feather, Diddy, Mace, the Franchise Boy? There was a historical way of us looking at stuff, saying, I want to be like that, I want to dress like that.
Yeah.
Now we don't have that. We see what's on TV right now. What's on TV right now that leads into what is fashion. It's actually,
I don't know.
Nobody knows, right? But we are taking our fashion from different ways.
What is wrong with my earphones?
I don't know right now.
But I think it's interesting that you said the global thing, and I think that goes with the next question as far as that current event is concerned. And I was asking, does BET need a lineup for sticking the bait out there, or do black people need a lineup for actually biting the bait? Because we do know that BET is not some black-owned shit.
Not anymore.
Right. And so how do we go about that, bro?
So I'm gonna say something interesting. Beyonce deserve a lineup. I wanted to just mention that. Let me explain why.
Bro, you can't go after the queen on this show.
No, I'm sorry. I have to go after Beyonce, and I have to go after Drake, and I have to go after Kanye. But maybe not Kanye, because Kanye is not that welcomed as he was back in the days.
I already know what you about to say, bro, and I 100% stand by what you about to say.
Let me hear you.
I stand behind what you about to say.
I don't like that they don't promote themselves coming to these black events anymore like they used to back in the days.
Because
I 100% agree with. Ooh.
Nah, let's talk the truth.
That's
it ain't
deep.
a black event.
That's deep too. But how can you make it to an Emmy? How can you make it to an Oscar? How can you make it to a Grammy, but you can't make it to the BET Awards where it actually celebrates black success?
I don't. Well, all right. Y'all can crucify me. The BET Awards don't celebrate none of that. If we're gonna keep it a buck, they appear.
Wait. You said the BET Awards does not support black
doesn't
success?
celebrate none of that. If we're gonna keep it a buck.
So what do they
now,
celebrate, JJ?
BET is not black entertainment television. I don't know. They probably need to find a whole new definition for it.
They exploit us just as much as the Asians do.
The whole BET. You know what BET is now?
What?
Better Eat Tonight. That's it. That's all Viacom is trying to figure out, how we going to better eat tonight. How we going to eat off of these black people. That's it. You don't have no control. All right. The BET Awards open up. And the BET Awards open up with this amazing focus that, hey, we're going to take you away from all the craziness we're experiencing right now in the world. That's what you just sold me on. And then you gave me 3 hours of me watching watching you kill me. The video started out amazing piece of artistry, but then I'm watching me die. I'm watching my dad die, my brothers die, my cousins die,
on my neck,
my sisters die. They on my neck, and this is all I get for 3 hours. Yeah, you had the Megan. You got to give her some credit. Megan, her thing was just doing her thing.
She was still up there twerking,
doing whatever she does, and then you had the sisters. Chloe and Hallie, and they just did their thing.
Chloe and Hallie.
But then, yeah, they like
the twins that are on.
I don't think they twins. They ain't twins.
They not twins.
Nah.
Damn, they look similar.
Did you just call them the twins?
They not twins.
They not twins, but they look similar as hell. But Beyonce signed these 2 young ladies that have the dreads. They look like twins. They're one of them is both of them are on the show.
I don't like how y'all plug Beyonce when we talk about the twins. See now I'm calling them the twins, Haley and Chloe. These young ladies are doing. Beyonce is amazing. These young ladies are doing their own thing in their own right, and they writing, producing, and they killing it. Young black queens keep killing it.
They're on Grownish right now.
Yeah. But the whole thing with me is this, right? When we explore, I think the BET concept they just drop on us, I think they need to cultivate that into the regular BET setup for next year, where you can have a mixture of both. Because while the live performances are bomb, if you're not there on the TV, you really don't experience a lot of that. But then in a production, in a video that was put together, you can partake in that. So yeah, I would say they should find a way to incorporate both. I know a lot of people enjoyed the BET Awards though when they had fun, and it's not me knocking them or nothing, but I'm just saying you should have used art to uplift the people in that time, to give us, we bored in the house, we going crazy. Well, give us something else to look at.
Well, I personally think the streaming platform was dope because that's pretty much like what I thought was cool. I don't think that Amanda Seales should have hosted.
Why?
I personally don't feel like she was the right person for this moment. Why? I think she's not funny to me.
She's funny in her
own
right.
And I don't think she's a good host. That's just me. That's my personal belief.
Okay. Well,
and I'm not saying she's not. I'm not saying she's not a good host. I just don't think for that situation alone, for it to be isolated and for her to be somebody who was presenting the basically she was giving the whole format an agenda of it. I don't think she was the perfect person. I would have loved to sing like a Tiffany Haddish. I would have loved to sing like. Maybe Mike Epps.
I don't like to say I don't like people.
But I know you said this before.
I'm not a fan of Tiffany Haddish.
I'm a fan. So that's just my opinion. Like I said, everybody has their own opinion in here.
Hold up. You say you think Tiffany Haddish should have been
hosting rather than Amanda Seales.
Nah. I love Tiffany Haddish, and I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to support all the black artists, the black sisters, the black queens, and the black kings. I'm going to support them all day. It just everything blackity black.
And that's my thing. It was just that scenario. I'm not saying she wouldn't have been a good host.
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have got on here and said that.
Well, I don't got no beef. I think she did her thing. She did her thing. I don't think I've ever really listened to her in like a comedic sense. I've never seen one of her stand-ups or anything like that.
Yeah,
I see her on that show in Inglewood. What you call that on HBO? Insecure. I've seen her on.
Don't
Insecure.
disrespect Insecure like that.
I mean, and Insecure,
that show in Inglewood.
No.
You know the name of the show.
I had to get it. No disrespect. Insecure is killing it. You know,
shout
and everything.
Yeah,
shout out to her. But I don't see any issue with her hosting. I think she did an amazing job from what I saw. I didn't watch the whole thing.
I watched the whole thing. That's why.
Okay, well, I'm still rocking. I'm gonna put it like this. I get this new mindset where off the air, at the house, on the couch, kicking it with the homies, we can all say, okay, she probably shouldn't have been the one.
Right.
But, I'm out here. I'm rocking. Black Queen keep killing it.
This barbershop
talk. That's what I'm saying. Publicly?
Some people don't need to hear that. Because then they're going to try to run with that. Yeah, they're going to try to run with that. So I'm rocking with Black Queens. Keep killing it.
I'm not a
Amanda,
fan of Tiffany
keep killing
Haddish,
it.
but realistically, Tiffany Haddish is killing.
She killing it.
And
I don't
Tiffany
find
Haddish
most
is
of her
a black
stuff
woman.
funny, but she killing it, and I'm going to support her.
I personally feel like Amanda Seales was not the perfect person for that time and moment for the
Right.
BET Awards.
Why though?
Because it just didn't bring that type of.
What did you want? You wanted jokes?
I wanted more. I wanted a comical because it's not.
It don't seem like that's what they were going for though. That's what I'm saying. They said that,
she tried,
and then they
though.
came and
She
killed us with we watching everybody dying on screen. So that's what I'm saying. If they'd give us some other stuff, then I could feel you out and say maybe they should have dropped some more jokes in there. But
I can't lie. It's a lot of shit I didn't like, and it's because it's just I'm from LA and I see shit that I don't like. Like I thought D Smoke performance was tight, but it's this is off. This is probably just off tangent, but I don't like that he promote being a blood. Like I personally love that he from Inglewood. Like he got red socks. He always wearing red. Shit like that. Like it's cool. But it's like, damn, bro, just be regular. Like, you ain't got to be from Inglewood and wear red socks. Like his whole outfit, he had nothing else red, but he had red socks.
And D Smoke is a teacher.
Yeah, but that was like a conversation starter, like for him to have niggas say like, oh, he banging the hood. Like, nah, bro, just wear some regular ass socks, bro. You ain't got to wear no red socks.
That's tough.
He didn't have no red rag on, no red shirt. He had on some red socks though. And me being from LA, if you have on some red socks and you have your jeans hiked up, you doing that intentionally. But anyway, we're gonna go to our next segment. I mean, not our next segment, but our next topic.
All right.
Breonna Taylor murder. What's the hold up? Do the justice system deserve a lineup? Hell yes.
You got that right.
Tell us why, King.
I personally believe that it was fucked up for them to go into her house and kill her. They shot 24, 25 times and she got hit 8. I personally think that was fucked up, and not just that, justice did not serve her.
Let me talk to the people.
Those cops needs to be done for.
Right, let me talk to the people. If we waiting to see that, if that's our definition of justice in this situation, I don't think we gonna see it, bro. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Speak on it.
Legally, those cops had the search warrant that they needed to go to that house and do what they did.
Yeah.
You get the search warrant from the judge, right?
No knock.
Search warrant. They had a no knock search warrant.
No, it's legal to do a no knock, but you want to know.
So let me tell you what happened.
But I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy. Nobody knows. Those suspects were already in custody before they went into that house.
No. We can talk
That's
about
deep.
We can talk about the formalities now. But what I'm saying is they had that warrant.
It was
based on misinformation.
And look, this is what happened.
So how the system check that?
They legally had the right to go there and do what they did, right? But then the boyfriend, who had a legal firearm,
had the right.
He legally had the right to do what he did. But guess what? Unfortunately, those people on the other side of that door was the police. And if that would have been you, everything would have been straight. But that was the police. And once he shot that gun first, and they returned fire, I don't think we gonna see no justice in this, bro.
I agree. And not just that. The other technicality that most people don't want to talk about is they need to pass a law so that illegal. I don't want to say it's illegal because it's legal, obviously, but no knock to go into a household.
They're gonna always have no knock warrants.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Because the no knock warrant is set up where we're gonna go bust some drug dealers. We're gonna go bust somebody.
We're gonna catch them off guard.
We expect them to have weapons. That's why they're coming completely militarized. Anytime you see no knock, they come in militarized. That's how
and
the
they always come in the morning. I happen to be on the other end of one of them things. It was the most frightening shit.
I have to
ever in the history of my life, bro.
I have to, and I was the first, and I was the first person that they actually came in to catch her at the time.
Yeah, because you hop up. I don't know.
Yeah. I was leaving to go to school.
I was with my girl at the time.
Yeah, and
I hop up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just the manly thing to do. I hop up. They coming through the door.
Same thing happened.
You get what I'm saying? I was thinking like, damn, what if they would have started busting on me, bro?
Same here. They took me out with one Chuck. I was 16 years old. I had one Chuck Taylor on, and I was
outside of my drawers, bro.
I heard the footsteps at the door and said, "What the fuck is that?" Because I heard about 15 steps, like back to back to back, and all I heard was because I opened the door. That's what happened. If they didn't open the door, they would have rammed the
right.
Yeah, because that's why it's no knock.
Yeah. I opened the door and he said, "Get the fuck down! Open the door!" At the same time, bro. I said, "What the fuck am I doing?" So I opened the door. They grabbed me, put me in handcuffs, took my brothers out. This was a whole situation that occurred.
I had the homie outside with one chuck on.
I had one chuck on, bro. I would never forget what I had on.
They violated your gangster.
They violated my gangster. And they were going to take me to jail, and they didn't even ask me how old I was at the time. A neighbor said, let him go. He's not even of age.
Right.
They found out that I was not 18 years old and let me go. But, yeah, that's a frightening situation.
That's vicious.
That's a frightening situation. That's a frightening situation.
Nah, it was. That shit was scary for me, bro. I was outside in my drawers.
I believe you. They had my brother out in just his drawers.
Yeah.
He had no shirt, no socks on, no nothing. Just in the
that
cold.
That was one of the most, that's frightening.
6:30 in the morning.
I wouldn't wish that on nobody.
So we all gonna say they deserve a lineup. So
the justice system?
Yeah.
Just the justice system?
We gonna give everybody a lineup on that. I think the coldest thing that I found out doing my research is the mom said the first contact that she had with the police was them asking her, does Brianna have any enemies? Thought that was weird.
And they the one that was the enemy.
Yeah, what the fuck are they talking about?
Because they trying to, some way they trying to justify it. That's the problem.
What the fuck are they talking about?
Nobody else is allowed to make these kind of mistakes. Nobody else is allowed or afford the privilege to make these kind of mistakes. We can get in a squabble right now and I accidentally hurt you and I'm going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
They made a mistake, killed somebody sleeping.
Don't say mistake.
No. According to them, it's a mistake.
Right.
We had the wrong place. Our intel was wrong. No, because that's what they saying, right?
I mean, I think it definitely was a mistake.
But yeah, because I don't think they went
somewhere
to kill her.
On the line.
You know,
misinformation.
Yeah. But the thing is this.
But then it don't make sense. They said they got the information from a postmaster.
All right, and the postmaster said that was a lie. So we got some questions.
Yeah.
But then the thing is this, right? It don't matter if you got a weapon or not. You got to understand that if we're going to keep it a buck, the pigmentation of your skin is a weapon. And once the pigmentation of your skin is a weapon, it's going to be a problem. Because I've heard of 1,000,001 no-knock warrants. I've seen it in the movies, seen it in real life, watched it all on the news, whatever. I've never seen them do it in a white people neighborhood. It is normally 90% of the time in the black. And when you see it with whites, it's oftentimes in some rundown where they cooking meth or something, but you ain't never seen they go up in
white people sell drugs too.
Big time drug dealers, and you ain't never seen. But it's always because if something go wrong, they can justify it because the pigmentation of your skin is a weapon. The dude that's supposed to charge them, hey, let's keep it real. This weekend he was busy getting engaged, and she wasn't black.
That's based on systematic racism. We know that though, JJ. Like people they do their statistics. They see that areas are highly populated and violent in some ways. So it's like they have to go on with a certain type of way that they need to get shit done. But
if they build a cage and put you in it, you're going to get violent.
Yeah, I agree with you on that because the whole purpose of that is what you just said. They're going to do what they want to do. You said that at one point.
They have no governance.
Yeah, they're going to do what they want to do. But this conversation is going to go all night because I have a lot to say. Right. But what we're going to do...
I just got one more question.
Go ahead.
Like, what do you think we need to do about the... just a quick answer. What do you think needs to happen about police brutality?
I'm going to go to jail if I say what I feel.
You can't go to jail, bro.
Yeah, freedom of speech, right? But
but they have consequences. Look, I'm not going to jump into this argument, like, when it comes to this whole thing, right?
Why not, bro? It's a black barbershop.
No, follow me like this. As a doctor, you got to carry an insurance, right?
Yeah.
That if you get sued,
to protect
malpractice,
yourself.
all of this. They need to start requiring these cops to carry these insurances.
We need to start requiring.
And they need to start taking out of their pensions and all these stuff. Cops will stop killing black people when they start hurting their money. The problem is you go on leave, you still get paid. You go on desk, you still get paid. They fire you, and nobody have a database where, okay, you got fired from over here for doing some wild stuff. They hired you over there.
But this the reverse.
Continue.
Well, that's the reverse.
Well, there's no checks and balance.
Well, that's the union that was actually they built for themselves after slavery,
right?
To protect themselves.
Slave catcher union. Yeah. They call it the police union now.
Yeah.
But this the reverse of what you're not thinking about, though. What you just said. Imagine if we had life insurance. and every time they killed one of us, our families got rich.
Okay, they would start.
They would stop
down
that shit too,
because you know what? The majority of black. Let me put it this way: the majority of poor people that start out with generational wealth, it is because somebody died and left the inheritance, and a lot of times in the form of life insurance. And we don't have that conversation in the black community. They often say when white people die, they leave a will. When black people die, they leave a bill. And it's not far from the truth a lot of times. But even leaving a will, you don't want to leave a will. That's going to go to probate. You're going to lose a gang of money, or the money that you leave for the people. What you need to start talking about is how to set up a living trust. That's what you need to start learning about these trusts, and get a real trust lawyer that you got kids. Make sure your kid is looked after. Ain't none of us planning to drop out tomorrow. But you know what? If I do, not one of my kids is going to beg for bread.
Now, I agree. But
if I do,
but I do want to go into another topic. We don't have this on the agenda, but I recently just seen this. It actually just hit the shade room. August Alsina says,
"Where the fuck is August Alsina been?"
He says, well, he actually's been taking care of his brother and his sister-in-law kids, because they both passed away. So he has not been in the music industry because he's been doing that. And he's been sick. He also has, I think he has sickle cell, if I'm not mistaken, but he has a certain disorder. But, autoimmune disorder, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay.
But what's happening with him is he just announced to Angela Yee in a personal interview that he has been seeing Jada Pinkett Smith for the last, I would say, decade, in and out. And Will has gave him the blessings to do it during the process when he was dating her, which means he's been smacking Jada Smith, and he actually said it live. And now it's a backlash going, obviously at the couple. And I would love to see what this Red Table Talk is going to look like.
Because
he's saying that he's having sex with Will Smith's wife.
He disrespectful.
And he knows. Will Smith knows, and Will Smith gave him the blessing, and he actually said this live on not TV, but on YouTube with an interview with Angela Yee. So how y'all feel about another man talking about another man's wife on a platform to let everyone knows that he's been digging her out?
All right, you want me to touch on this?
It's too deep for me.
No, all right, I'm gonna keep it real as real can be.
Right.
The first thing is
he deserves a lineup. That's what I'm gonna say.
No. He don't deserve no lineup. In my opinion, I'm gonna be real.
JJ, tell us.
No. Me. I would never do that. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I would never do that." That person said it, but I know I'd never do that. But you know what? Ain't nobody else me.
Until you got Jada in your DMs.
No. But hold up. But ain't nobody else me. But watch this.
You single?
If that's the man's wife, and they got that kind of arrangement where you got some kind of hall pass, you got an open marriage or whatever. I'm not about that life, but if they have an understanding as a couple, that's their business. Business. I can't even disrespect whatever. Now, I do think, though, homie was disrespectful.
Right.
Because you are afforded a level of privacy and a level of trust, and you going to come on some show and said something wild out your mouth like that when you know that in the day we live, this is not an acceptable thing for most people. Right. And it's going to cause backlash. So first of all, they open up access to you like that. And this is how you do? No. You the one that need a lineup because you understood what the situation was before you got into it. If we're going to keep it a buck, because everybody is adults. Everybody's grown. You can do whatever you want to do. Some people, hey, they got 3-4 wives. They all in the house. Everybody, you got several incomes now. Everybody living happy and they happy. People out here, why they want to do that? They good.
So who you give the lineup to?
I'm giving lineup to the dude that decided that it was okay to go on a public setting and say that in the interview.
That's why I'm getting a lineup.
These niggas is weirdos.
He need a lineup.
Let's call it what it is.
It's weird.
You a weirdo
it's
ass
weird,
nigga
but hey, that's
for
your
letting
thing.
Somebody hit your wife.
Ain't nobody touching my queen.
I don't know what Will doing, but he's out.
I mean, but
I'm just saying,
I don't know. Like I said,
we don't know.
Call it. Yeah, I don't.
Shit, we don't know what Will doing.
Hey,
Will might be living his best life. So
nah, Will is living.
I'm just saying,
bro.
I'm just saying.
You gotta really think about who
a gang
Will
of
Smith.
people.
Nah, you gotta think about who Will Smith is. Will Smith is a god, my nigga. Will Smith is untouchable. Will Smith can do no wrong.
What I want to know
Period.
is,
Will Smith ain't even a street nigga, and you can't go to Philly and disrespect Will. Will got respect in the streets of Philly, bro.
Well, he
Real
do
talk,
got
like,
respects on every level. You got to give him that credit.
Yeah, Bel-Air fucks with him.
You know,
come on now.
You know, you got to give Will a lot of credit. My thing is, like I said, somebody should have signed an NDA. Somebody should have signed a non-disclosure
He probably
agreement.
did sign one,
Somebody
but that
should
boy
have signed something.
That boy
But then
went,
again-
that boy went running his mouth.
But then again, guess what? Until bro produce receipts,
Yeah.
I don't be believing
Yeah,
niggas when
'cause
they be
people-
saying they be doing all of what they be saying they be doing, because
say anything for
people be
clout.
lying for no reason, bro. I
Yeah.
really witnessed this with my own eyes and with my own ears. People be lying on shit like.
Nah, I know people be lying, but it's
All
just,
I'm saying is,
it's just another platform for. It's just the idea that he was being questioned and rumored about this previous to this.
yeah.
being
So let
said.
it be a
And
rumor.
I was about to say that, but I didn't want to be wrong. But I was like, I think I heard something
let it
about
be a
this in the
rumor.
past.
Yeah, but
about
he-
August Alsina
Well,
and Jada Pinkett.
he said he was in love with Jada. They was doing their thing. Will gave him the
He
blessing.
sound like he miserable. He
And-
sound like they broke off the arrangement, and now it goes sideways, and he upset. That's what he sound like to me.
Well, yeah, that's well, we giving him a lineup.
He
right?
need a lineup though.
He a
He
weird-
should
he a-
have never came out
he
here
a
and said
weirdo.
nothing like that.
I'm giving everybody a lineup. Will, Jada, Willow, shit. What's the other dude name?
Who, Jada?
Jaden.
Jada.
All of them.
Mama Jada, all of them.
all
huh?
of 'em, yeah.
The whole red table.
Everybody get a lineup.
All right, so what we finna do now is we finna go into this question. What does leveling up look like to you? So I wanna twist this question, and I wanna say, as African American males, what do you feel like leveling up? What do you feel was your portion in your life that made you feel like you were leveling up?
Ooh.
And if you want to also mention the negatives, you can. But I want to know, in which portion of your life do you feel like you start leveling up? Is it an age bracket? A certain situation happened? When do you think you start leveling up in your life?
I would say I think mine started the day I started barbering school.
Okay.
Like, cause I feel like that's the day that I really like took control of my own life.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it wasn't nobody else in control of my shit. Like, so just me going to school and just me trying to finish school and just sticking with that. I wasn't putting my life in nobody else's hands.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I can no longer be fired. I can never be fired again.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And so I think that part right there was that was the start of my level up. For sure. I was down for a long time during that process.
Yeah.
About 14 months, but quietly behind the scenes I was leveling up.
What about you, JJ? When do you feel like you hit a point in your life where you had to level up or you leveled up?
Well, for me,
Well. Wow.
I look at there's gonna be new levels. You can't stop growing. But I think I noticed some shift in the atmosphere. When I was about 20, I decided to move to California. I only been to California once before. I had some family and they were moving this side and everything. And on the win, I was like, okay, I'll drive. And, made a 2,700 mile trip and moved to California. Didn't know Cali, came like one visit or so before, the year before, didn't know Cali, and just a whole new scenery, learning a whole new place, and just start thinking differently. And from that point, it had me thinking like, okay, I really could just pick up and do whatever I want to do. Like, you have the ability to control your life, to change just
And
change
that's crazy.
your
That's
path.
crazy too, because I feel like at this, I'm still afraid of that. I'm still afraid of picking my life up and just moving to a whole nother state and starting over.
I think everybody, organization, and where they are is the reason why they do that. If you're in a place where you're not actually growing, or you're at a place where there's no resources, that's the only option you have.
But that's deep too.
There's some stuff that force growth. I
I was just about to say that.
What happened to me forced growth. In that first year, the first year of being in California, I grew about 10 years. And people would say, oh, that's ignorant or whatever. The people that was around me, the people that know me, the people that chop it up with me back, they knew I grew about 10 years. I looked at relationships different. I looked at business. I looked at a gang of stuff different and how you even interact. It was a forced growth. It was like, okay, I didn't have the time to not grow anymore. And a lot of us is scared of the unknown.
Everybody.
Well, let me put it this way. Fear ain't real. You know, danger is real. There's danger if you failing because you start something new. There's danger if you dropping, if you jump in the sky, whatever. But fear ain't real. That's what's gonna hold us back. And you can hear it. Like, okay, let's pull all the black money out and create our own sub economy. Oh, fear. Every response is fear. Let's pull all the black money out, put it in the black banks. Fear.
But
let's gather all these content creators.
I think that's interesting that you saying that, because, well, I'm gonna let you finish, but and I'm gonna ask this question after.
All right.
But I want to ask where do you think the fear comes from?
All right.
You can finish.
Fear. All right. Let me finish.
I can answer that.
Let me finish, right? Because like I said, fear ain't real. Will Smith had a movie called Earth or something, New Earth, something. It was a weird movie, but it was bomb. It was him trying to project his son into stardom when it comes to acting, because his son was really the star. But he said the whole thing is they had these animals, and the animals fed on fear. And Will Smith was like, it's called After Earth. And Will Smith was like the greatest because he didn't fear, so they can't see you when you don't have no fear. So he's walking through killing them and whatnot. And what he said to his son, they crashed and they end up on this place, they end up on Earth because they had a new Earth. So they end up back here because it was overtaken or whatever. They crashed and he got hurt and his son had to go get to the tail to send the signal to get help, whatever, of the ship. And he said to his son, he said, danger is real. But fear is not. Once we can understand that, yes, there's a danger of me failing. But you know what? If you pay close attention, I'll learn one more way not to make a light bulb. I'll learn one more way not to launch a business. I'll learn one more way not to do it that way. And you keep growing, but a lot of times we ain't trying to grow. There's so much stuff I've failed at and relationships and whatever fail. And you know what? It all came back to, okay, what did I learn from this?
Right.
How did I grow from this?
Right.
How can I approach this a better way? So I think the forced growth, I'm appreciating it even now, and I'm a finish it. I'm a come off right now and release back the bike. But for me, I'm in that situation again where, okay, what's this new season got to offer? Because I know that my time where I'm at in certain stuff, it's done. I'm 100% sure it's done. But the fear of me abandoning people that I want to see grow, I know that I'm causing an effect to propel them into their next level. And I'm trying not to pull out myself because I understand that if I had a me when I was 20, when I was 25, when I was young, if I had a me, and that's not to prop myself up, if I had somebody that had the wealth of knowledge and was trying to put me on game for free, wasn't trying to even charge me, trying to put me on game, because unlike a lot of people, I want to see everybody win.
Right.
I want to mention something because
Right.
he said something about fear.
That's very interesting.
And I'm going to answer this question. I seen it on the Dave show. Lil Dicky got a show. And he was talking to one of his boys named Gator, and they was at the table.
Oh, Gator?
Gator made an interesting he made an interesting remark. I don't know if anybody heard it. He said white people don't believe in God because they don't have any fear. But black people, when they are actually going towards fear, they pray to God. So he was saying that white people have the privilege of not even thinking about God and still solving their issues. and black people have to go to God to solve their issues. It was interesting to think of it this way, because what was interesting is when it comes down to white privilege, right? Their fear of failing is nowhere near the fear that we have of failing. And I'm going to explain that.
You want to know why?
But I'm going to explain that.
They got it.
But can I say why?
Go ahead.
Exactly what he just said.
Exactly what he said.
Because the reason why I know that is because I just experienced it, bro. I just experienced with this endeavor. You know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
With this endeavor that I'm doing, my support system has been so crazy with this new endeavor that I'm doing. From JJ, my girl, my cousin, just people, just y'all, every one of my customers that's been coming to me, it's been so crazy that I had no fear of failing.
We know what you can do.
It was like, look, nigga, I don't give a fuck.
But we know
like,
what you
right
can
now,
do. But we know what you can do. You got to think about when people see greatness.
Oh, no.
People
they
can
never
see
witnessed.
But
They
no,
never
no.
witnessed failing.
No, you missing it. What we afford him the privilege of a safety net.
Right.
I said, I
Right.
got you, bro.
Right.
The different people, I got you.
Right.
And you knew that it wasn't a cliche
Right.
because we have all been in situations where people have said they got you until you need them. But then it's mind blowing because you realize that,
I can't
I
deal
got
with
this
this
net
episode.
for real. And that's the wild thing because the all right, the white folks, they build an environment that is designed to support the next generations coming.
And I'm going
all the time.
And I'm going there, Jay-Z. The thing that I'm trying to explain, too is we lack that same support for each other.
All right, it all comes from, all right, if we got to deal with the elephant in the room.
Right.
We got to deal with the elephant in the room.
Right.
The elephant in the room is the fact that slavery has instituted some mentality in us that we still don't get over. 100 years ago, Marcus Garvey said we need to emancipate ourselves from mental slavery.
Right.
And a lot of people still don't get it until today. The way how we think is problematic because of what the slave masters put into us and our grandparents, and they poured it out, and it continued, and it becomes like traditions, and it becomes like the way of how things is and all that. But hold up, just hear me out. But then on the other side, the slave masters created a system and instill in the generations for them following that you can do everything. And then they create a system that will catch you when you even falling.
Right.
So that's why you'll have one young guy named Brock Turner, or whatever the rapist's name is. They caught him in the act of raping. And the judge gave him community service like 6 months or something like that because he didn't want to impede his whole process of education or whatever. But then you have on the other hand, the same judge, you had a black kid that it was somebody just said something about sexualness with him, and he got 5-10 years, something like that.
Yeah, he got
and then
5
you
years.
seeing, because when the judge sees the young white boy, he sees
Hope.
He sees him. No. He sees him. And he's like, I need to catch him like how somebody caught me. When he see the black kid, he's like, oh, he's irrelevant.
Animal.
He's subhuman. And then we start talking about why we need to get more black judges. And I'm not talking about just the pigmentation of your skin being black, but I'm seeing that you can see yourself in a black brother that come before you like me. And that's the problem we have.
But the unknown that we have right now is it's not just that, because trust me, I believe that the judges and the justice system is fucked up, period. It's the numbers that actually correlates for those private institutions and those private prisons.
It's all
so
money.
Judges have to actually hit a number and a quota for how many blacks, how many
should be
Hispanic
illegal.
people. It's definitely illegal. But what's happening is there's an underworld, as we know, that there are judges and lawyers that have their own party of whatever they have.
What do you mean, party of whatever? They're part of the Ku Klux Klan. Let's keep it real.
Yeah.
That's why
Of
they
course,
still,
of course.
they're an organization that's still popping.
And what's fucked up about it that most people do not want to talk about is that these judges know that they wrong. They know that they have to go home and go to sleep.
But they see you as subhuman, so I can sleep easier
It's not that.
night.
It's not just that they see you as subhuman, though. My process of eliminating that, just for me to say that, is that these judges can lose their jobs. They can lose their we just talked about generational
a lot of people
wealth.
They can lose. A lot of these judges are voted in.
These judges, because I try to tell people, I try to have people understand these. These judges and these district attorneys have the same support as the police system.
They're all on the same coin.
You look at Kamala Harris, right? Kamala Harris done put my cousin, my homeboy, in jail for bullshit, right? Evidence that was not stacked up to the full potential. Put them away for a long time, just for the idea that there are numbers and quotas that need to be met so that she does not have to answer to the hierarchy on why she did not convict somebody.
The system got its own guidelines.
Right.
And it's very rare when you're going to find people that will step outside of that and try to be that freedom fighter. And I don't got nothing. I know there's a lot of stuff when it comes to how she did her job that I don't agree with, and I'll leave that up there, because if you just go Google and research and look into her, there's a lot of problematic stuff. But what I'll say is this: I realize that until the system is completely gutted,
up black people.
Well, who you gonna bounce your thoughts off when you in the bed at night? And something is bothering you. Yeah, this is a young black guy. A young black guy robbed me when I was 20, and that's how the white man is thinking. Now you have a black husband that be like, well, you know what? I was young and dumb too. But so it's
she married to a white man?
Yeah, she's married to a white man.
So it's a whole different conversation.
Oh,
but what I'm saying is, like I said, up mighty race. I'm a just keep.
She was just
elevating.
trying to get Juneteenth passed. I ain't really fucking with her right now.
I'm gonna just elevate black people all the way, because I realize that a lot of black people, the black people that we see on the other side of the coin, where you're like, you don't know the pigmentation of your skin, and you gotta wonder. A lot of these black people, they grew up in an oddball environment, and they grew up in an environment where their skin was never weaponized for the most part, and they always had white friends. And their mindset is a little bit different.
They gonna experience it at least one time in their life, though.
If they're lucky, they'll make it out.
They've actually experienced it their whole life, but they're still
look at Candice
trying to get that affirmation from that counterpart.
Her ass.
They need verification from the other side. That is why we use the others. We use white people as our standard, and that's the problem.
So look, why do y'all think leveling up is so looked down upon? You know what I'm saying? And
because people feel like they're being left behind.
Who are the people that we usually see participating in this activity? Like looking down upon you leveling up. I'm gonna look down on your level up.
Well, I'm gonna put it like this, because I've seen people in this shoe. I've seen people at the worst. And the reason why, because I mean, and honestly, we're going to talk about haters, because I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody wants to level up. That's not something that I would even say that nobody wants to level up. Everybody wants to level up.
I don't know if I say that.
Okay, I understand why you would say that, but I'm gonna talk.
I think everybody do want to level up.
Yeah,
even if they too lazy to do the work.
No. I don't think everybody want to level up, and I don't mean to cut you, but I need to keep it 100%. A lot of people, they're comfortable and they're upset with the fact that you are not comfortable, so you think you can do better. That's what they fight with.
But hold on, JJ, hold on. Let's talk about that, because I'm not saying that.
No, a lot of people don't think they can do better.
No, but hold on. I'm not saying that there are people. I'm not saying that there are people who. I'm not saying that there are not people that are comfortable, right? I'm talking about resources now. If you have resources that makes you not want to do anything, that's where I'm at. So this is what I'm saying. There are people who want to level up, but they don't have the same resources that you have. That's how haters come
yeah,
out.
Because I've been comfortable before.
Yeah,
but that don't mean that I didn't want to level up.
So it did not mean you want to level up.
So that's I'm comfortable.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying there are people who it's not per se they don't want to level up. Everybody wants to level up.
I
but
think the majority of people do want to level up.
But what I'm saying is what you spoke of is there are people that are comfortable because they have the resources. Like if I have a room, if I have a car, if I have air conditioning, food in my house, what else is there to do? Like I'm good.
No. You have people that only want that shit in life.
But it's like they don't have no aspirations.
No. It's not. Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Because right now, what I'm talking about is we're men.
Yeah.
So you might find a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
That woman, she might say, "All I want to do is find me a good man, get a house, and have kids."
Right.
That's her whole
and that might
dream.
be her
That's
whole
her
fucking
dream.
existence.
Yeah, that's her whole.
But that might not be your existence. You might be thinking way beyond that. Like what?
We need to
a
have
house
businesses
and a car.
Yeah, we need to have.
And a kid is like the least of my shit.
All right, let me respond to this. You heard what he said, right?
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to let you know, as a man, I'm not talking as a black man, as a man, pink, purple, orange, green.
Talking as a black man.
No. I'm letting, because normally
black man
I'm about the blacks. But let me tell you, this is something that applies to all men. If you are a man, right, and you're going to seek out for a woman, you got to understand that her limited view is always going to stop you. Because whatever you give a woman, she going to multiply. You don't gotta. You can go list them. Brother Malcolm X.
Can't give women too much credit on that.
No.
I'm sorry, because a man can do the same.
Just follow me for a second.
It's the right one.
No,
right,
that's why
man.
The
right
woman.
Listen, now,
exactly.
No,
it's not just
you
a woman.
Hearing.
I hear you, JJ. I hear
me
you.
out, because you notice how I didn't say the right or the wrong woman. Just hear me out for a second. Now, when you want to separate it now and say the right woman or the wrong woman, now the woman that has vision. She already, you bringing in the bread. She already like, okay, this needs to go into that for investments. All right, you don't even know. She researching the apartment building, all of this. But then when you have the wrong woman that her vision is limited, she's thinking about, okay, we can do this with that money for the weekend. Oh, I can go get the Gucci bag. Oh, I can go, because she's just satisfied with what allows me to just flash. But then the other woman now, she's trying to see how we can create assets. And why I
well,
say
you said all women multiply.
No.
Not all. That's all I'm saying.
All women multiply. But you ain't listening to what I'm saying. One is going to multiply assets and one is going to multiply liabilities. And you need to understand the difference.
I think it's 50-50. I think you can only go as far as your spouse wants to go. That's just me personally.
You ain't hearing me. The thing is this. Men are more
You're absolutely
liable.
Right.
Men are more liable because you love a woman to do a whole lot of stuff.
You giving women too much credit, bro. This is too much. You giving them too much credit. That's just my
kingdoms. Listen,
you don't want to give a woman no credit.
Nah,
kingdoms.
It's just that I've met
kingdoms. World wars have fight on women.
Okay, let me say something real quick.
Everything is fought over a woman.
Hold on, let me explain something.
Go ahead.
I believe that a good woman actually makes a household. That's nothing to disagree.
We all agree on that.
This is what I do not agree with. Mm-hmm. You cannot say that only women can actually push the vision further.
I didn't say that.
Because when you say that a woman can actually multiply assets or multiply liabilities or multiply whatever the situation might be, this is what I'm saying. Men can do that as well.
But I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I want to be very clear, because I wasn't saying this is something limited to a woman. My response was, when you go and seeking for a woman. Now, if you are somebody that's trying to be a visionary, and I'm trying to see how I can create generational wealth, what I'm saying is you have to be very careful that I don't just pick her because she pretty and she want to kick it or whatever the case is. I need to understand her mindset. Right?
I agree with
that. Because
you gotta be pretty though.
Well, ain't nobody want nobody that's not attracted. You gotta be physically, emotionally, all of that attracted to her. But what I'm trying to say is, if you're not careful, that is gonna always limit you.
Yeah, of
all
course.
Right?
I agree with that.
If you pick a woman that all she want is, oh, I just want a Gucci belt. If she don't want nothing other than, like he said, I just want to get married, have a couple of kids, and that's it.
Right.
Right? Until she can see that life is more than that. until she can see that, okay, but what quality of life these kids going to have if we don't try to get some assets, if we don't try to look at things a little bit different. And that's why I'm saying you got to be very careful with who you
so
pick
would
to
that be
build
your
with.
answer?
That's all I'm saying.
So would that be your answer? Who do we usually see this behavior from? Like people that's talking down upon your leveling up? Like, that's what I really want to know.
Yeah,
like,
so this is what I'm. So this is where I was going with that.
Limited view.
I feel that there are people who don't have the same resources, so it makes them envy you, and then the envy turns to hate, and then the hate turns to them being obsessive. Obviously, they're looking over your life, seeing what you do all the time, to make them get ignited to talking about you in a negative manner, right? Mm-hmm. But what's happening is people do that, and they're put in situations and circumstances. Like, for instance, in my point of view, I went to high school with a couple of people who've actually progressed and became, they became stars. You get me? There are people that I know that went to school with them as well that are in the same situation. They're in the not the same situation as the star, but they're in the same situation they were in high school. Mm-hmm. They're doing the same job. They probably have the same assets that they had back then, maybe just a little bit, like a better car or something, mm-hmm. but they're still staying with moms, help mom pay rent. They look at that person and want that person to save them. Like, hey, I went to high school with you. How about you just wire me $10,000? Honestly, $10,000 being wired to you is not really going to do nothing for your life, except probably get you an apartment. But they're mad.
10,000 is life changing money.
It depends.
No, but my purpose.
But my purpose. But it depends on who.
It depends, right? But my purpose. Yeah, but my purpose of that is, why does somebody have to give you something? They feel that because they went to high school. I'm just saying, it's the only thing that they can tie themselves to you is, we went to high school together. Look out, bro.
Right.
And that becomes
so you
hate.
Say entitled.
And that becomes hate because.
Right. So what about family members? Do you have you ever experienced from family members or like anybody close to you, like maybe like a best friend or something that you thought you was close to?
I've experienced friends when it comes down to looking at how I organize my life and kind of throwing shade. Right. Meaning, like, just because, I went to college, like, just because you went to college, you think
I know you
this,
get that.
or just because you have, like, honestly, bro, I have people who don't like me because I have twins. There are people out there who wish that they had a boy and girl twin. It's weird, but I'm saying I've heard
it's life.
Conversation that goes like this, and it's like,
it's very
wow.
weird.
People will be jealous of you because you breathe in. You got to understand that. No, I'm dead serious.
Right.
Jealousy is jealousy ain't natural. I don't care what nobody want to say. You just don't naturally envy somebody. All right. In Jamaican terms, bad mind. You don't naturally bad mind somebody, meaning that I desire
this is the thing.
What you have.
I think.
So I don't want to have.
I think the shit that I'm asking, I think is going over everybody's head.
Okay, go ahead with the question.
Because we live in a world of duality, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So what is this is also this at the same fucking time. So what I'm saying is, and what we're not realizing in this conversation, the reason why I asked, was it family members or was it somebody close to you and a best friend? Because in order to give off hate, I have to feel the love emotion first. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to actually love you and have some type of fucking compassion for you in order for me to give you the hate.
All right, I don't necessarily agree.
Yeah, because love and hate is the same emotion.
Bro,
no. Feel me for a second.
You as a human, can you honestly sit here and say you hate somebody that you don't even fucking know? And you gotta know them.
You might not, but people actually do. That's the craziest thing.
I highly doubt that there's anybody out there that hate me, that don't know me.
I know the funniest thing about this statement.
People hate you right now based on misinformation.
Hold on,
there's
JJ.
People that hate you until they meet you.
Hold on. This is something interesting to say. I found out that everybody who's designed to say that they hate somebody that they've never met actually ends up loving that person when they meet him.
It's the same emotion, bro.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's the same emotion.
I know what you're saying, JJ. You're saying that if you're finding out certain things about somebody in particular, and it might be facts, it causes you to have this. Is it a perception? Because that's where it goes to.
It's a perception.
Look. Watch this, right? Y'all can say, boom, Gotti got $1 million. He just got on a new show. Woo. If I don't know Gotti and I ain't never been in the same position as Gotti, me and Gotti didn't grow up, guess what? You know what I'm gonna say?
Fuck Gotti.
Good. No. Good for him.
No, that's
good for
true.
him.
That's true.
Good for him, right? But if I grew up with Gotti and he's a family member and all, we got the same fucking
like
humble beginnings,
and
that nigga didn't elevated himself.
All right.
What I'm saying is this is not my personality, but I can see how somebody that grew up with Gotti would be like, you know what? Fuck that nigga Gotti.
All right,
He didn't give back to his neighborhood. This is where this come from.
Right.
He moved and didn't give back.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
We had a whole segment
But
on
that's
this in the barbershop
that's
before.
coming from people that know you and that grew up with you, bro. Because
This
if
that
I don't know
RIP
you,
to Kobe conversation.
Yeah.
This that RIP to Kobe. We had this conversation about Kobe.
Exactly, bro. If I do not know you, bro, it's no way that I can feel a hate emotion towards you.
Right.
All right, I wanna respond because I think
we got to wrap up in a second too, guys.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. We gonna okay.
All right, I think it's two parts.
Go ahead.
I feel the part you're saying, and that's facts. You know, people will see you elevate, and some people will be happy. Some people will look and say, you know what? All right, I need to start growing. And then some people will look and they just despise you because they like how he did that, and then he ain't opened the door for me, or he ain't whatever. And sometimes I can't open the door for you simply because you ain't ready. Right. And I know if I put you on this platform, I could possibly kill your dreams where it actually could manifest in its due time because you just not ready. Right. But then on the other end, you can have somebody that's doing a radio show. They hear of this cat and they don't know him. They hear of him, but then they hear him getting a big break. And now they feel like they had deserved that, and they upset and they hating him, genuinely hating him in their heart, and they don't even know him. And a lot of people might say, oh, that's not possible. People do that. You hear people all the while. You've seen on social media how some celebrities get some hate. These people don't know these celebrities. They don't know their life. And when you listen to the things that they would say to them and go kill yourself and all this, it's rooted in hate.
I want to say one thing before we get into this and that, this or that. Do you believe that we are our ancestors?
I do.
Do you believe that we are our ancestors?
No.
You don't believe that we are our ancestors?
No. Well, you gotta explain.
Listen
what
here.
you asking, because
you are your you are the people that came before you. What do you think DNA is? You are exactly somebody that came before you.
Now, like I said, there's two sides to this. Are you saying reincarnation? You saying
no. I know you don't believe in reincarnation.
No. I believe we are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors.
Okay, so look, I basically asked that to say this.
Go ahead.
There was a lot of hating going on during slavery times. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's like I don't want him to be able to be a house nigga, or I don't want him to leave me out here in the fields.
I just hate it. I just hate it on D-Smoke side.
Yeah, I don't want her to get catapulted to a better position to where she has to go to a whole nother plantation. I don't want to be left behind.
Right.
That's where all is
taking me.
That's exactly. That's where it came from. So that's where the hate came from. Gotti not even all that.
It's a thought.
They want him in the house eating the butter biscuits, and he don't even work as hard as me.
It's taught.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's taught. You start witnessing it as a child growing up.
This or that. Let's lighten this motherfucker up real quick because we got to.
Let's do it.
This or that. It's both of y'all. Pig feet or chitlins?
None.
Man, hell.
None.
You got to choose one, bro.
Pig feet.
Okay.
Pig feet cooked, but pig feet.
Y'all really don't like chitlins like that?
I'm not eating no chitlins. Slavery's over with. I'm not eating no chitlins.
Slavery been over with. We've been eating a lot of slave shit.
Because we still being slaves.
We've been eating a lot of
but look, people don't like me, but I don't like soul food.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
What is soul food?
Like I said.
Slave shit.
All right.
Yeah.
I love soul food. I love slave food.
Like that shit.
That's why we have a lot of these problems in our bodies. Because we eating the parts of the animal we throw away.
Well, when you become vegan, then you can come back and talk to us about that.
No, that's why they call it soul food. It's to kill your ass.
Yeah, it's to
take your soul, huh?
Make you beat the ancestors. That's what it's for.
I ain't never.
Yes, you ever seen Big Mama? Did you watch Big Mama? You watch Brown Sugar? She died because of the soul food she was feeding them, and then they went and have a big dinner celebrate Big Mama.
Right, the fried chicken, this shit. Hey. In-N-Out or Five Guys?
In-N-Out.
Five Guys.
He's an In-N-Out hater.
Five Guys is
this
fire.
nigga said everything is better than In-N-Out.
Nah, I not say everything.
Come on, my nigga. In-N-Out. Okay. Malcolm or Martin?
Malcolm.
That was a shocker.
What? Malcolm all day, every day.
That was a shocker.
Sunday.
Inglewood or Gardena? What's popping more?
Inglewood.
I wouldn't know.
Pick one, bro.
Inglewood.
Ass nigga. I'm gonna go with Gardena.
I don't even know.
Day party or club?
Day party.
Facts.
You know.
Snake or lizard?
Lizard.
None.
Pick
Gotta
one,
choose
bro.
one.
I ain't choosing none of them things, man. I hate both of them evenly.
Why? Because in the Bible it says that they're cursed.
Nah, because I hate lizards and snakes and all them.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't like reptiles. Period.
I don't like that.
This is where you got to check your vocabulary. How the fuck do you hate a lizard?
Listen,
you don't know a lizard.
Okay, when I was small growing up, I climbed a lot of trees. When the lizard's stuck in your head, you got to cut all that hair out because it won't release you. The green lizard would not come out. So I don't like none of them stuff.
That's deep.
So you got to understand that there's reasons.
I swear to God, I did not expect that story. Right
Let a lizard jump in your head.
That's the reason why you hate the lizard.
We get you a ball fade.
So maybe you need to go with the snake then, because the snake can't grab onto no head.
But he'll eat you. He'll eat anybody, even his master.
Depend on not a garden snake.
Anybody.
Not a garden snake.
He eat your garden.
Cake or pie, bro?
Damn, this is hard.
Yeah, that one.
I'm not a dessert person.
I'm gonna do cake.
I'm gonna go with cake too.
Yeah, black cake, Jamaican black cake.
Boat or plane?
Plane. I ain't going on no boat. Last time my ancestors didn't
Boat.
make it out nicely.
Boat.
Plane.
I'm gonna go with a boat too, bro.
I ain't going on no
boats
boat.
is way look. Boats is way smoother. I don't know why a nigga be scared of a boat.
I'm not going on no boat. Last trip we took, they left 70 million of us in the water.
Mike Epps or Kevin Hart?
Mike Epps.
Mike Epps.
Damn.
Fuck Kevin. No, I'm just playing.
I wouldn't go that far.
I like Kevin Hart, bro.
No, I like Kevin Hart too, but
Hart.
when it comes to natural material,
Mike Epps is funny.
Mike Epps is more naturally funny than Kevin Hart.
Okay.
Kevin can tell a story.
Dodgers or the Angels?
Angels.
Dodgers.
Okay. 4th of July, Juneteenth.
The fuck?
When that happened? When that happened? This year?
No, all day, every day.
Okay.
That happened for me in college.
This year?
Not in college.
It
In
wasn't
2000,
this year?
2000. Nah.
Okay.
This nigga keep saying this year.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people haven't left this year.
I didn't find out about Juneteenth until I was probably like 23.
Right. Republican or Democrat?
Independent.
Shit. Republican.
Independent.
Just
Kill your masters.
Just because I'm doing my research now. Republican.
Righteous. You see what it really is, huh?
Yeah.
You Republican, kill your masters.
A Republican gonna make you go get it.
Yep.
While they blocking you.
Okay.
But see how they always want to force Republicans to white people? I'm tired of people doing that. They always want to talk about Republicans being white. And you got to think about it. Republicans aren't white. Republicans are Republicans.
Because the Republicans don't count you as one of them.
No, Republicans are Republicans though. We gotta stop. We gotta stop tying. We gotta stop. Yeah, but we gotta stop tying Republicans to white and Democrats to black.
Facts.
No. We know. We need to kill all of that. Yeah, that's why I said independent.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? That's why Trump said, Mega loves the African Americans. Because the African Americans are not part of Mega.
We're not going to
Because the African, if you ain't a part of it, that's why I can say, we love Ace. Because Ace ain't a part of us, but we love him. We'll invite him to the cookout. That's what he was saying.
I asked him how could he hate a lizard. He don't know a lizard, but he know the fuck out of a lizard.
I told you.
got a crazy ass story about a lizard. I'm still tripping off that.
Meet a lizard.
Hey, this the last one, man. This the last one. What interview shocked you more? Breakfast Club with Baby or Breakfast Club with Soulja Boy?
What you mean shocked? Like
what was it? Like both of those interviews, I was looking like I was shocked, bro.
Oh, I don't know,
baby. It had me on the tip of my seat.
I didn't see both of them
because I didn't know what was gonna happen.
I don't.
Right.
Soulja Boy was it was the funniest shit ever.
Yeah, Soulja Boy was funny. That's all I know about.
Like I knew he was high as a kite. But when it come down to Baby, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I thought
like Baby was gonna fire him.
Yeah, I thought Charlamagne Man Angelique was gonna get a right hand. That was just me though.
Okay.
Well deserved sometimes, but.
I'm gonna go with Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy was
simply
fire.
because
That's the most entertaining interview.
that dirty Gucci headband was just sick, bro.
Soulja Boy literally launched all of these rappers.
It was shocking to me, bro.
Disrespect.
He did that intentionally too. That's his marketing strategy. He said
Right.
he wore that every time he went to an interview.
We got time for don't fuck my cut up or no?
We do.
Don't fuck my cut up. Jay-Z ain't gonna know these.
All right, go ahead.
You gonna know? You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I used to give a fuck. Now I can give a fuck less.
I don't know. I'm gonna say Jay-Z.
Ooh, bingo.
Sounds Jay-Z.
It sounds Jay-Z.
Bingo.
99 Problems.
I didn't think you was gonna get that one. No,
Living it
it's
out.
not on 99 Problems. I'm gonna stall you on that one, bro.
That's on the blueprint though.
American
That-
Gangster.
Oh, American Gangster.
American Gangster.
Okay.
And I
I
don't
got it
even
right,
listen
though.
to that stuff.
You know more than the nigga think you know.
All right,
He's just a
let's
little
go.
sly little
Let go.
motherfucker.
Gotta keep
Hey, I'm
learning.
1 for 1. Let go.
You probably gonna know this one.
Let's go.
If she got the goods and she got that ass, then I got the look.
That's Fab. Damn, that sound like Fab.
You know that one?
That's a new, okay. I'm gonna ask you a question. New York.
If she got the goods and she got the ass, then I got the look.
That sound like Kim husband, Kanye.
Oh, that's
yeah,
Ye.
yeah.
What song is that?
That's Good Life.
Yeah. Talking
Damn.
about a good life. Yeah.
Damn, that is good life. Okay, the flow just came in my head as soon as you said that. Yeah.
You with that Kanye.
All right.
That's it for today.
All right, for sure. Let's go with takeaways. We got a few more minutes left. So, JJ, we gotta make it quick. Start with you. What would you want people to take away from this conversation?
Hey, you need to elevate yourself, refocus, rethink things, and know that you can do better. You can be better. Your dream can happen. Research, spend your time, and grow. You can make it happen. Don't give up. Don't
Kirsten,
give up.
you got it right.
Don't
You
give
go,
up.
girl. All right, go ahead.
What Kirsten say?
Nah, she said it was Ye. She said good life. Takeaway.
He just said a lot of shit.
Right.
What I think I want people to take away from this conversation is, just basically like I really honestly feel that hate and love is the same emotion. So, what you got to understand on your path to you leveling up your life, you gonna get those same people that love you when you was down. They gonna hate you when you up. And it's gonna be the people closest to you. I think the best thing for you to do is prepare yourself for that, because it's gonna be some shockers, and it's gonna be some people that want you to stay down with them. They want you to stay on that plantation, and they want you to be a slave just like them.
Oh.
But if you got bigger dreams and you got bigger aspirations, don't never let nobody make you feel bad about wanting better for your own self.
I like
what's up.
that.
Yep.
And I want to wrap it up by saying the same thing. Do not be ashamed of your own success because others are making you feel bad about it. You deserve it and you earned it, so you need to shine like the star you are. Yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning into the Black Barbershop, man. Appreciate y'all, and y'all have a good, happy Taco Tuesday.
We out.